Hello, it is Niemira of Fintech and Founding Conference 2018, and I have a pleasure of talking with Eli Fathi of MindBridge, an artificial intelligence company. And Eli, there's so much myth about artificial intelligence, what it can do, how far it can go, but at the same time it brings certain fear to the humans, like what is going to happen with their jobs. Like, are they going to be good enough to compete with robots? How the human existence will look within like robots' world? Like, do we really facing like Terminator's times right now?
So I'll start by saying that the robots are not taking over the world yet. If you look at artificial intelligence, it has been around from the 50s. And there were many winters and springs, and these are times of elation and time of disappointments.
Yes.
The last spring started about 2014 when Google bought DeepMind, a company from London that showed a computer program that can beat a player in the game of Go. Now, the way to look at artificial intelligence is to look at it as a journey of a marathon. It is not a sprint. It's a marathon that is going to end up in singularity. And what is singularity? This is when computer program, based on artificial intelligence and machine learning, is going to have the same capability as a human being. We are far away from there. As a matter of fact, we are now at the first 100 meters of this 42 kilometers marathon. Now, there are concerns. There is no question. Every time that there is a new technology, and history has proven that in the previous 3 industrial revolutions,
yes.
And now we are facing the 4th industrial revolution, the term of technology unemployment actually was coined by Dr. Keynes in the 1930s during the second industrial revolution. And what reality is shown that actually there were more jobs created because of the Industrial Revolution than was lost due to the actual introduction of the new technology. Now, what has changed this time around? This time around, it's fair to be concerned because this time around, what we have seen over the last 20 years, that automation has tackled the area of blue collar. So we're seeing robots introduced into the manufacturing places. So one of the concerns that people have, today there are 360 million roughly manufacturing jobs around the world. Every time that a robot is introduced into the workplace, it replaces 5.6 people. So if you do the math and you say, well, after 60 million robots are being introduced, are we going to have no more people in manufacturing? So that's to do with the blue collar. Then we have the issue of automation. So if you look at the lower skill, for example, iPad has replaced receptionists. If you go to most companies right now, there are no receptionists. This type of a position has disappeared. This is not with AI, it's been replaced with an iPad. So that's the lower skill level. And then you have the white collar. This is where AI is going to impact. And if you look at AI in a white collar, we're going to have definitely issues related to that. But let's talk about the lower skill in AI. In 2016, Amazon introduced a concept store called Amazon Go, where people can go into the store, collect the items, and walk without going through a cashier. And they get, basically based on face recognition, they will get their bill, and credit information is available, obviously. So the facial recognition software recognizes who you are, and then they send you the bill. Now, there are 3.6 million cashiers in North America. If this concept store is introduced, what will happen to these positions? That's just another data point.
Will education help?
Of course, and education can always help, but I'll say the following example. When you're dealing in the driverless car, autonomous vehicle, and they're going to get The truck drivers are going to be the first to be impacted because it makes sense. It's a professional kind of job. And driverless cars are going to replace and displace some of these positions. How are you going to train positions that are fairly good pay, drivers of trucks, with other positions in terms of education and retraining? So it is fair that the people and governments are concerned. What we say, is it a utopia or dystopia? Unknown. It's really what we'll make out of it. What we do know that there'll be new jobs that are created, will be created. There will be impact on jobs. And we're going to see definitely that there will be more knowledge-based jobs related to the AI and more service-based jobs that are going to be created. And hopefully new jobs will be created that we have not seen yet. And generally you see this kind of, whenever you have a new industrial revolution, there are new jobs created that we have not seen before.
So is there such thing as the smooth, fearless transition from where we are right now to the world of the future?
We hope so. I would say yes, it's a process. If we look at singularity, we're talking about the year 2045, 2050. This is 30 years from now. We are seeing the pace of change is rapid, but we are not yet at all at a position that robots are going to take over the world. As a matter of fact, robots are going to be working in conjunction with human to help the human to make a better decision. And hopefully, what the hope is that the transition is going to be smoother as opposed to it being abrupt.
Thank you so much, Eli. Truly appreciate it for all your feedback and information and putting definitely a lot of hope into the future. Thank you.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you.